So, Chad, I don't know if you guys have heard this news, but there's been a couple instances in the Oregon and Washington state area of ballot box burning. Keep in mind, these are very blue states, which is kind of odd, right? Because if you listen to like MAGA Trump supporters, they'll tell you that, the left is trying to steal the election and they're trying to like engage in like election interference, and they're trying to, don't vote via mail or anything like that because they're trying to lose your ballot so your votes don't count and stuff like that. But it's very odd that, we have two instances here of ballot box burnings and lots of ballots being lost in these ballot box burnings, but these happened in blue states. So it's kind of like, why, if the left is supposedly trying to steal the election, why are they burning their own ballots? It really doesn't make a whole lot of sense. But in any case, I want to talk about this with you guys. Ballot drop boxes set on fire in Oregon and Washington state, says officials. Let's go ahead and let's dive into this. Let's have a look-see.
And an investigation is underway following the discovery of an incendiary device inside a ballot box in Portland. Meanwhile, in Vancouver, Washington, ABC affiliate KATU captured the moment heavy smoke was seen coming from inside a drop-off ballot box. ABC's Alex Stone is tracking that for us from the LA Bureau. Alex, what's the latest on these incidents?
Well, we're just getting details on them right now, Diane. Two different incidents, the one at 3:30 in the morning in the Vancouver or in Portland, and then 6:30 in the morning in the Vancouver area. Those two only about a 15-20-minute drive apart from one another. And
so it's very obvious to me that whoever did this, they did it in both instances. I mean, if it's such a short drive apart from each other, both locations where this happened, it's very obvious that it was the same person likely doing it in both occasions.
Police in both of them, we know the FBI is now looking into them. Police say they don't know who did this. You can see in this video right here, the smoke coming out. In the Vancouver incident, they know that there were hundreds of ballots that were in that drop box and that it involved...
Look at that. Just look at that. There's a whole heap of burning paper right there. So there's just hundreds of people's ballots just destroyed in this fire.
Ballots that were dropped off from 8 a.m. yesterday morning. The last pickup in the box was at 8 o'clock yesterday morning. And right now the FBI is responding. Police don't know, was this vandalism? Was it something more organized? They are investigating it, but just in the last couple of hours, the fire's breaking out.
So what are election officials saying to anyone who thinks they're
Vancouver, Washington. I wasn't even aware that there was a city known as Vancouver in Washington, but apparently there is. It's not Vancouver like Canada.
It may have been in one of those boxes.
Yeah, they're saying if you dropped off your box or your ballot in either of these boxes after 8 a.m. yesterday morning when they did their last pickup, that you need to contact the election auditor's office and let them know, and they will know.
Yeah, if any of you guys live in this area and like these boxes look familiar to you, like this is potentially like a box you dropped off your ballot in, like definitely speak to your local like election office so that like they could either see if your ballot has been secured, or if they're unable to locate it, then they can give you like a new ballot and you can like resubmit your ballot. Because like, holy shit, you might have lost your ballot if you submitted in one of these boxes.
And try to track where your ballot is and if they can get to that ballot and if the ballot burned in that box. But there were, at least in the one in Vancouver, hundreds of ballots in the box that did burn. But they say that they will be able to track that down. All of this a concern. The ballot boxes are a target for somebody who may want to make a point. We know in the Vancouver area there is a tight congressional race going on. They don't know if that is involved in this. The FBI is responding. Police have now put out the fires, and firefighters have put them out. Arson investigators are looking into it, but they are beginning their investigation. And
it's just so funny to me, right? Because obviously, like at this moment in time, we don't know who the suspect is and we don't know who their motives are. But like, let's be real, okay? Two blue states, ballot box burnings taking place in two blue states. Let's be real, okay? We have at least a slight inkling of what kind of person likely did this and what their motive might have been, which is so funny to me, right? It's so fucking funny to me that you hear so much on the right about election interference coming from the left, and they're trying to steal the election, and they're trying to lose your ballot or destroy your ballot, and then you see shit like this in a blue state, and it's just like, okay, if you say so.
Was this something to try to impact the vote, to destroy those ballots? Was it somebody just doing something, putting something in there to try to create a scene or to get a reaction? They don't know as of right now.
All right. Alex.
What if it's a crazy tanky? It could be Washington. In fairness, as I said before, we don't know who it was yet and who their motives was. I was actually checking off screen to see if we have any other additional updates on this. I didn't see anything, unless somebody in chat knows anything that maybe I might have missed. But yeah, as far as I know, they still don't know who the suspect is and what their motive was.
Alex Stone in LA for us. Thanks, Alex.
Okay.
You got
it. This is the other video that I wanted to pull up on it, because this one, they actually have like footage from surveillance cameras of the suspect's car. So we at least know what the suspect's car looks like.
The FBI joining the investigation now after 3 ballot drop boxes were set on fire in the Pacific Northwest, destroying hundreds of ballots. Images of burning paper being pulled out of a drop box. This is Vancouver, Washington, just before dawn this morning, and what officials are now saying voters should do. Here's our Chief Justice correspondent, Pierre Thomas, now.
Tonight, the FBI on the hunt for a suspected arsonist behind 3 fiery attacks on ballot drop boxes, destroying hundreds of ballots in the...
Like, interfering with an election like this is a serious fucking crime. So, like, if whoever did this gets caught, like, they are royally fucked beyond belief.
Pacific Northwest.
We do have smoke coming out of the ballot box.
Officials say the fires, only miles apart in Portland, Oregon and Vancouver, Washington, were sparked by incendiary devices attached to the outside of the drop boxes.
Any form of voter intimidation, disruption, blocking of access, or vandalism.
Yeah, exactly. Derpington is here. This is a federal crime. Like I said, if this person gets caught, like, they are beyond fucked.
At these sites will not be tolerated.
Authorities concerned that someone could get hurt.
So here's the person's car. This is the vehicle of the person who's suspected to have done this.
A photo of the suspect's Volvo. This box set ablaze just before dawn in Vancouver, Washington. Officers prying open the box, then pulling out ballots still burning. An hour earlier in Portland, a second fire.
It looks like there's some kind of device attached to the ballot box.
Luckily, only 3 ballots damaged because of fire suppressant inside the box. It comes as Homeland Security officials today issued a new bulletin warning that domestic violent extremists are posting online threats of violence toward election officials or infrastructure to prevent perceived fraud or to retaliate against it.
See, this is what happens when you have like some like unhinged like freak running for, you know, the presidency, telling people that they're trying to steal the election. Like, I would not be surprised, okay? Kamala wins this thing. Like, let's say Kamala wins this thing. And, like, I would not be surprised if we had a repeat of J6 because of this insane rhetoric that he's pushing on his unhinged supporters. Like, look at this shit.
State officials in Washington are calling the arsonists acts of terror as they step up patrols in the region. Voters who are concerned their ballots might be impacted can contact their local election office or track their ballots online to see if they've been received.
Okay, so like I said, at this point, we don't know who the person was or what their motives were. We could kind of piece together what potentially are the motives of this person. But having said that, we don't know with 100%. As far as like factual information at this point, who this person was or what they were doing. But if you live in these areas and you may have potentially dropped your ballot into one of these ballot boxes, reach out to your local election officials and see if your ballot has been received. And if not, you might want to get another ballot and resubmit it, because you might have had one of your ballots be affected by this. Which is really unfortunate. But yeah, I think it's safe to say we have at least an inkling of an idea of who, what kind of person may have done this. So, but we'll find out more as more details come out.